Hello and welcome to the View's Kitchen. On today's recipe, we're going to be making my mother's carne con chile colorado. This is my favorite dish that she makes. Well, I'm lying. Her enchiladas are great, but this is up and running, guys. I'm going to show you exactly how she makes it, and with just a few ingredients, you're going to say, what? It tastes that good with just a few ingredients? Yes, it does. You guys are going to come back and let me know, but first we have to go over those ingredients. You'll need some cube chuck, garlic, and a little bit of salt. Take your garlic and add that to your chuck, and then we're also going to be sprinkling some salt. I'll make sure to include this step in the description area for you friends, okay? So just mix them around nicely. You know, when our friend Paul shared his recipe with us, I'm like, this is so familiar to my mother's cooking. That's how she cooks.
That's right.
So good. It's those small little steps that you take that really make a difference, right?
I agree.
And we're just going to set this to the side while we go over the rest of our ingredients. Guajillo chilies, make sure that you're taking the stems out or off and taking your seeds, your little rattlers out, okay? And you want to do this to all the chiles. You guys have seen me do this a billion times, okay? A billion.
Wow.
Well, we don't even have that many views, but you guys know what I mean. You'll need thinly sliced onions, okay? Don't go too thick, but thin is pretty good for this recipe. Don't cube it for this recipe, okay? Black pepper, chicken bouillon, oil, and Mexican oregano. You'll need some water, and by water, I mean a good amount of water. Check the description, friends. Unas ricas tortillitas, some delicious tortillas, freshly made little tortillas just for you. You can use flour or you can use corn. I prefer flour for this particular dish, and some of you are gonna say, nah, Steph, we gotta do it with corn. And you know what I'm gonna say? Make it comfortable for your home. Set your pan on a medium-high heat. We are gonna sear today, and I want you guys to predict in the comments if I'm gonna be moving it around a lot and if I'm gonna end up searing. But let me tell you, there will be searing today. You guys ready? I don't think Cloud's ready. You don't think I'm gonna do it?
Checking my DM. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, friends, let's get to this. To your medium hot pan, you're gonna add your oil, okay? Whatever oil you're comfortable with, that's what you're gonna add here. I'm gonna add my beef, and we're not gonna move it around once we set it down.
Are you holding yourself accountable?
I'm holding myself accountable because this is exactly how my mom makes it.
Got it.
And she's gonna watch this.
Yep.
For those of you that can't handle the hot oil, use your tongs, a spoon, or drop it like it's hot in a different way.
A long sleeve and a shield.
Yep, that works. I'm gonna leave it on a medium-high heat for about 6 minutes, just so that the beef comes to temperature and we get a good sear, okay friends? We are gonna be searing for about 10 to 15 minutes, and no, I hope that I didn't alert your Siri on your phone. While we're searing our beef, we're gonna boil our chiles, and we're gonna boil them until they're soft. That should take about 8 to 10 minutes. It's been 4 minutes. I'm gonna continue to cook this for another 3 minutes on the same side before we consider stirring it. We want a really good sear for this beef, friends. It's time to stir it up, friends. After you stir it up, same thing again. We're gonna sear, and some of you are gonna say you overcooked it. Not to worry, I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing to keep this juicy and flavorful, but this is gonna be on here for another 8 minutes. I added 1 cup of water to the blender, and now our chiles are soft enough to blend. Oh, that smells so good.
Your favorite scent.
And now we're just gonna blend until smooth. I'm gonna start at 1 and I'll slowly ease it up. Ease it up or blast it. Now I'm gonna strain my chile into another bowl, because if you strain it right over your pan, you're gonna get a lot of popping for our next step. So I wanna make it a lot safer for you guys.
And for me.
And for Cloud. Our past 6 minutes have been on a medium heat. I'm gonna stir it up one more time before I strain the chile. We wanna get the most pieces to be seared just like that. That's where the flavor is gonna come through for us. And we'll continue while I strain the chile, which is gonna be about 2-3 more minutes.
Oh, hey, hi, sister.
Hi. I'm gonna add a little bit of water just so that I can get all of the chile and just pour it right in here.
Okay.
And I'll be here for a little bit.
You know that thing, Burger Rain? When the hamburgers are raining, this is the chile rain.
The chile rain. Girl, I thought you were gonna call me Angel Baby and propose to me.
Oh, wow. I'm not opposed to it, but, you know. You're already mine.
And keep going until you leave out all the pulp.
Until you splash everywhere. That's how you know you're doing a good job.
And it stains.
Yep.
Be careful.
And that's why I wore my white sweatpants today.
You did. You were brave.
Yeah.
No, friends, they're not chicharrones yet, but this is how seared you want to have them. Now, if you have a pan that everything gets stuck and crusty at the bottom, this is a perfect dish for that particular pan. We saved this cast iron. We don't have that problem, but one of the things that we're going to do right now, we're going to rehydrate all of this beef. So this is where you want to add your water. And you can use anywhere between 1/3 of a cup to 1/2 cup of water. After you add the water, you're going to add your onions. And we have more onions than needed today, but that's what Cloud wanted today. Stir the onions in, and what happens once we have the water, we stir the onions and all these lovely ingredients. We're going to rehydrate our beef, and we're also going to get any of the tidbits that got stuck at the bottom, and that's going to give us a succulent and delicious Colorado sauce. Girl, I can't even speak right now, friends. This is smelling so delicious right now. And all we're gonna do is continue to cook this for another 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, you're gonna add your strained chile. Add your chicken bouillon. And for those of you that prefer the beef bouillon with beef, you can use the beef, but let me tell you, it's gonna be a different flavor, friends. Add your pepper. And add your water. Once everything starts to boil, you're going to set it on a medium-low heat, and you're going to continue to cook for another 15 minutes. I'm not going to be placing a lid, but if you guys like to put a lid on it to keep it clean everywhere, you can. I'm just not going to be placing a lid on it today. Turn your pot off, and after 15 minutes, you're going to see that we have a nice and thick sauce. Okay, now it's time to add our oregano. Make sure you crumble it up nice in your hands. If you don't have Mexican oregano, do not add any other kind of oregano to this particular dish. It will not taste the same. Get excited.
Well, because if you add the Mediterranean oregano, it's gonna taste like a mint julep with carne.
It's gonna taste great, but just not for this dish. Don't do it, friends. Okay? Don't tempt yourselves. And boom, Done. I'm gonna warm up my freshly made tortillas, freshly because it was like an hour ago, and then we're gonna eat this taco. Your stomach is growling. That's the sauce right there. And this beef is beefy. Once you serve your plate, you can add a little bit of cilantro and onions to the top. You can also squeeze a little bit of lime. And now I'm gonna make a taquito. I'm gonna add a little bit of lime juice. Say ah. As always, Views Club and Bell Notification Squad, Claude and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. We're so excited to have the comments back on and your support. And we have a special shout out for Lorenzo Halabata. We want to say salamat and thank you for being part of the Views Club, which I just said thank you. But really, thank you guys so much. All the way to the Philippines. We love you and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Adios. That dripping red sauce.
Don't lie, when you were a kid and our mother was turned around, yeah, that's what you would do.
I would. It tastes best, I think, for me, with some thinly rolled flour tortillas, así estilo Sonora.
Oh my gosh, my favorite.
This is a kind of food that makes me tear up. It makes me really emotional. Like in a happy way.
Tears are good.
My mom is like so simple in the kitchen when she cooks, but she can bring so much flavor. I admire that about her.
Every time. Just a few ingredients. She'll send you straight to paradise. She was one of those moms too, just like us. No matter what time a day it is or how hard your day was, if you said I'm hungry or she saw you looking around in the kitchen, she would get up and like just whip out whatever she could with whatever she had. And it was always the best. And sometimes she would be shocked because she would say, I'm going to go to the grocery store. And then we'd say, oh, can you make what you made last time? She's like, what? She would forget until you had to describe what it was. She's like, oh, that's when I didn't have, you know, a whole lot of stuff.
I think her best dishes are the ones when we really didn't have, we were limited with ingredients in our home. And she would just come up with like the most amazing recipes. And that, I think that truly inspires me. I think that's where I have my cooking skills from. And I don't know, I was just raised in the right home, I guess.
Thanks, Mom. You worked hard this week. You deserve your meal. Very deserving. My stomach is about to show off and try to outshine these taquitos, so gotta go, you guys. Remember that we love you. Try to be happy, and we hope that you have a lovely day. Hasta luego. Round 3. Enderezate, mija. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh. The right stuff.
Ya estoy el águila, güey.
Qué vergüenza. Me dicen el...
Con el
los
pipi,
4.
con el pipi, con el pipi.
Wow.
Me toqué el pito.
¿Ah?
¿Que no así la canción?
¿Sabes por qué me dicen 100 pies?
¿Por qué?
No sé yo, ¿por qué me dicen eso?
¿Por qué te dicen 100 pies?
No
Porque
sé,
te mueves muy rápido.
No sé, güey, me decían 100 pies.
Porque eres chingona.
Yo pensé que tú sabías por qué están hablando de la gente.
Y te decían 100 pies. Porque eres creepy, científica.
No sé, mija. Sube, te estás haciendo sexy shoulder y este es programa para familia, no para...
Estoy haciendo sexy apron.
La neta que si alguien no trae ese mandil puesto, yo no como en su casa.
Bueno, a veces tengo que llegar presentable para nuestros amigos, pero ahora como hice tortillas,
Ay.
tengo que mantenerme limpia.
¿Te hicieron una limpia?
No, me tengo que mantener limpia.
Ok.
Sí, pero si me quieren hacer una limpia, lléguenle.
Yo sé cómo.
Limpia la energía. Au.
Oh, chipao.
Au.
Ok, mis claudanos. Están en sintonía.
Eco, reportando el día de hoy. Hay carne con chile colorado.
Views on the road están en sintonía. V-O-T-R, el nombre más largo del mundo. Gracias, o sea. Okay, when you think of, or when you say rattler or rattle, what do you think on 3? 1. You have to sing the song. 1, 2, 3.
But before I start, when I say the rattlers, I think of Richie when he was like, "There's gonna be a little bit of a rattlesnake." You know what I felt like when I sang that part of La Bamba? It just came out. You know when you see like the goat like squeal and the big old tongue comes and it's rolled out like that. I felt like my tongue was like that, girl.
Use something else other than chicken bouillon. Gosh, you're offending this camera. You've used it a billion times.
Make it comfortable for your home. Párale ya.
I can cut them way thinner than that.
I can cut them thinner than that, but when it cooks, it's just gonna get soft, and I want them to shine through. Entonces, tú dices que están medianos.
They're slim thick.
Look at how tiny that is, because my measuring thing just went off right here. Look at it. That's tiny and thin.
I think for me, thinly slices, you can see through the other side.
Apparently I only know mukbang thin.
I think your depth perception is a little off, but that's okay. Or maybe the camera picks things up as medium.
Girl, we're gonna solve this real quick.
Okay. Unsolved mysteries. Ay, no, qué feo, pobre gente.
Por la cebolla.
Ay, no,
Onion,
qué
unsolved
feo.
mysteries for an onion?
I know.
No andes de ridiculita.
I know those poor people, pobrecitos. Cuidado con tus deditos, mija.
That's still not thin enough for you. You want thin? Okay.
A ver, yo te voy a explicar si está en la toma.
You want like
thin. That is thin. There's a difference. That's thinly sliced. This is thin, and that is...
This is thinly, and this is thin.
Let me explain to you. This is thin, thinly sliced, and this is slim, thick meat.
Bendito friends, go with this. Okay? For those of you that are watching this. A ver. This is like nothing. Ya que estoy aquí, a ver.
Échale, échalo.
Sí, sí. Hija, está súper thin, hasta va a llorar la segunda. Estoy viendo, ay, it's fine. It's so thin. You're killing people off. You're like Game of Thrones. You're wondering what I smell like. I smell like chicken. 15 minutes.